My peoples, my peoples. Sandy Ryan versus Mikaela Mayer. That rematch is going down tonight. And I could tell you it's going to be an explosive showdown. If you saw the first fight, then you know that those two young ladies went to war. Super competitive fight. They was raining blows upon each other. They don't like each other. And this rematch is not going to be any different. A fight is going to break out early. They're going to be going at it. And Brian Norman Jr. will be defending his title tonight as well. Y'all already know it. Your boy JSmiff. I'm going to be calling the fights live right here on YouTube. You got to tune in, my peoples. You already know another brand of boxing. I call it the way I see it. And I'm trying to tell you, man, tonight is going to be full of fireworks. It's going to be full of fireworks tonight. JJ Zendejas, good morning. Ooh, first one in the building. What's the deal, my brother? You already know what it is, man. I hope you're going to be watching tonight. Because, yo, Mikaela Mayer and Sandy Ryan, they're going to be going at it. They're going to go toe-to-toe, blow for blow, and it's going to be fireworks. Jackson Gilbert. What's up, Jackson Gilbert? We talking boxing, my brother. Talking boxing. Sandy Ryan, Mikaela Mayer, they're going to be going at it tonight. And it's going to be serious. It's going to be some serious action. This is a rematch. The first fight, they went toe-to-toe, blow for blow. They went to war. And I expect that they're going to be going at it again tonight. This is going to be a continuation of that first showdown. They're going to be trading some nasty leather. And, of course, excited to see Brian Norman Jr. He's going to be defending his title tonight. It's going to be some good fights, man. And, of course, I'm going to be calling them live right here on YouTube. So I actually stream for those. There's only 3 of us up in here right now. But, guys, I will be streaming the fights live on my Instagram. And I'm also calling them. Just Business. What's up, my butt? It's Chicago in here. Okay. So these girls fighting? Yes, sir. So what's the rap sheet? And between the two women, who got better defense and good uppercut? So I'm going to tell you like this, my brother. You do not want to miss this fight for nothing. This is a rematch. Yo, in the first fight, when I tell you it was a slug fest, that's exactly what it was. Very close, very competitive. A lot of swing rounds that could have went either way because they was just raining blows upon each other. This rematch is going to be the same thing. It's going to be a continuation of that. So they're going to be going at it for real, for real. And, of course, now, as far as the styles, who got better defense, look, man, these girls, they're both elite level, and it's really hard for me to give the edge. Like, I'll give you an example. Imagine Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney fought. And it's hard to, they both got real good defense. Well, I would say Shakur's is better, but Devin Haney got elite level defense too. So it's kind of like that type of showdown where they're very evenly matched. Although Mikaela Mayer is the taller opponent with the reach advantage, and she's very good using that reach. But these are the type of girls, man, that they want to fight inside of a phone booth. They want to trade leather. They going in for real. JJ's in there at 6 in the morning in California, Woodland. Boy, Sacramento. Golly, nice and early out there. It's 9 in the morning over here in Dominican Republic. John Parham, salute my peoples. What's the deal, my G? Bam. Just Business. What channel? And what time and channel? That's on ESPN. That's top rank, my boy. So we should all be getting that. John Parham, prayers for Thailand. What happened in Thailand, my brother? I'm not aware of that. Put me on. What's going on with Thailand? JJ's in the house. Yes, another telephone booth fight. It's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those inside of a phone booth type of fight. Sandy Ryan ain't backing down. Mikaela Mayer ain't backing down. They're going to be trading blows. West does it. Peace, Jay. We up in Atlanta, bro. What's the deal, my G? Shout out to Atlanta. Yeah, in the building. Ooh, JJ Zendejas. There was an earthquake in Thailand. I was not aware of that. Prayers to everybody up in Thailand. Hope everybody's okay. There might be some tragedy. Thoughts and prayers to everybody up in Thailand, babe. Word up. John Parham, big earthquake supposedly. Holy shit. 8 to 10,000 dead. Damn, man. Sad. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. That sucks. That sucks. Just business. Can either one of them go for the belt? And what do you think Clarissa's next fight should be? So this is what happened, right? Sandy Ryan was actually the champion. Mikaela Mayer took that belt from her in the first fight. So right now, Mikaela's the champion. She's giving her the rematch, and it's going to be an explosive showdown. Obviously, Sandy Ryan is going to try to get her belt back, and Mikaela Mayer, she's trying to defend that. But it's going to be a very, very tough fight. Can either one of them go for the belt? Yeah, like I said, Mikaela Mayer is going to be defending her title. Clarissa, who should Clarissa fight next? Listen, man, I think Clarissa Shields should find a catch weight to fight Alicia Baumgartner. Alicia Baumgartner been calling her out. Clarissa Shields want to fight her. The only thing I didn't like is that Alicia Baumgartner is talking about, oh, you need to come down to 145 and I'll meet you there. And obviously, Clarissa Shields is going to be the A side in any fight. Every fight, any fight she has, she's the A side. She's the one that's going to dictate the terms. So I don't like the fact that Alicia Baumgartner tried to say, oh, you come down and meet me. But, I think that they should find common ground, maybe 150, maybe 154, and fight each other. I think that's a heck of a fight. John Parham, make sure y'all hit that like button. Salute, my G. Hell yeah. Hit that like button, my peoples. LLYY. My God, you betrayed us yesterday. You didn't stream at 7. Oh, my bad, bro. On Fridays, I always go on at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I couldn't do it yesterday because I had to pick up my son early. And, I was being a daddy, my guy. So you can't knock me for that. Wes Dustin, Clarissa's too big. I mean, remember, she was fighting at 154 before she eventually started to move up. And I believe that, with her fitness routine and all that good stuff, she got the right nutrition around, the right people to do the nutrition and fitness. I believe she could make 154 and be comfortable. I believe so. Just business, yeah. But the same as hydration clause, like, though, that was Canelo fell for. I say she come up. Yo. Alicia Baumgartner has to come up. Clarissa Shields going to be the A side. William P. Yeah, he betrayed us. My bad, my peoples. Trust me, I always want to come on at 7 p.m. Eastern time, but I got to be a father first. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all can understand that. Victor J. Fundora fight. Fundora is always going to give us a treat. Give me a second, my people. Ryan, yo te lo cambio ahora, que estoy aquí trabajando. Yo vengo ahora. You see, my son is right there watching his cartoons. Tank, hi, what's up? What's good, Tank? LLYY. Yesterday I was waiting for the 7 p.m. stream. I was checking every second to see if you would stream. Man, I my bad that I let y'all down. Trust me. 7 p.m. Eastern time, I'm always trying to stream. But y'all know how it is, man. I have a 3-year-old son, so sometimes things are not in my control, and he got to come first. John Parham, West, that's what's up. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, but in the Bankhead and Westview. JJ Zendejas, can't wait for the fight tonight. Yes, another weekend and good entertainment. And I'm telling you, my people, y'all know, those who know me know that I support women's boxing. 100%. There's a lot of women that are elite level, that fight really good, that give us entertaining fights. And I don't know why I see in a lot of YouTube channels, they don't get that support. I seen people that they don't even talk about the women like they don't exist. That's not what I'm about, man. I'm about, first of all, I love the sport of boxing. I love the sweet science. But I also love to see everybody who is talented. It's not just about the men. Women got their talent too. Women can fight. And they could give us super entertaining matches. And Sandy Ryan and Mikaela Mayer, I promise you, this is going to be one of those that you're not going to blink. You're going to be watching every second of every round. So we gotta show love to women's boxing for sure. LLYY. You know, yesterday on my mama's soul, I was in the gym with my friends getting the work in, and he started saying he don't got it no more, and that he's too old. So I show your video debut at 44 years, my G. I appreciate it, my brother. There's some people that hit me up that was like, yo, Jay, even though you took a L, that shit was fire. Seeing you get in the ring, seeing you doing your thing, seeing you follow your dream, because that's part of it too, my peoples. I didn't want to, become an old man, get to my 50s, get to my 60s, and say, damn, I wish I would have fought as a professional. Damn, I wish I would have did it. I don't have to say that. I did it. I know what it is to step in the ring. I know what it is to be in the ring, and everybody in that place is looking at you. I know the feeling. How it feels to walk up in the ring. How it feels to go toe-to-toe, blow for blow with somebody. Can't nobody tell me. I know what that is. Zachy, I'm just not into women's boxing, but like the channel. I promise you, my brother, there's some good boxing with the women's, bro. Tonight, if you check out Mikaela Mayer and Sandy Ryan, you might change your opinion. Give them a shot. That's all I'm telling you. Give them a shot, because there's that perception that women's boxing is boring, right? There's that narrative. But if you give them a shot, you're going to notice that some of these women's, they giving us good fights, bro. They giving us that real action. LLYY, and got so much inspiration. Yo, I'm glad, man. I'm glad. There's people that, matter of fact, there's somebody who made their professional debut at 45 years old because they saw me. They were like, nah, I'm done. I can't do it. They saw my video and they did their debut and hit me up like, yo, I fought because I saw you, my G. John Parham, JSmiff, Mud Up Lil, they've been trapped in faithfully. That's facts, man. That's facts. Hold on, man. Hold on. You're right, John Parham. LLYY. He been down with the team. Been down with the team. Welcome to the family, LLYY. Bam. J.O. My religion doesn't allow for me to believe in women combat. I feel you, my brother, but I'm not sure why that would be the case, because it's a sport, and I'm not sure what religion you're in, but most religions, they have female athletes that participate in boxing. JJ's in there, has a good job being a father. There is a lot of men in the world that doesn't do that very well. Sad. I'm telling you, my peoples, that the number one thing for me is my son. I put my son ahead of everything. He's 3 years old, and I also want to give him a good example. I want to teach him right. I want him to be, more than anything, I want my son to grow up to be a good man. And I'm doing my best to make that happen. LLYY. Jayo, if your religion doesn't allow to watch boxing women's, I don't think that's right. You're a Muslim, but that's boxing some respectful women in the ring. Hash Bass. We're going to have an opportunity to see Norman Jr. tonight and to see where he stands versus Ennis. That's facts. We're going to see it. But I've been telling people, Brian Norman Jr. is a special talent. He basically just want to get paid right. If he's going to fight Boots, he just want to get paid right because he's a champion too. But the boy can fight. He can fight. And he want that action with Boots. William P. Salute, JSmiff. Me too, bro. Appreciate you, my brother. Salute. John Parham, is he your only child? Nah, my brother. I also have a daughter, but my daughter's 21 years old. She's grown. She's handling her business. But my son is only 3. So, at that's the age where kids are the most vulnerable, where you have to start, teaching them right. Building them up to be somebody. Zachy, will you put your daughter in fighting? Well, my daughter's 21 years old, and obviously at this point in her life, fighting is not something that she's even interested in. But if she was interested in, I would support her. That's the one thing, whatever your kids want to do, if it's something that's okay, if it's not illegal, obviously, whatever my son wants to do, I'm going to support him. And I'm going to give him all the tools and resources that I can to make his dreams come true. So whatever my son want to do, I'm going to support him. Matt Gomez. Good morning, my brother. Wolf versus Ali was my dream fight. I really feel like that fight happens, we'd be in a different spot, which is definitely more elevated than what is than what it is like now. I agree with you. That would have been huge. That would have been a huge fight. LOYY. I watch a coaching stream saying this old motherfucker Floyd ain't coming back. No chance. What you think? I mean, it's hard for me to say that there's no chance of him coming back, just because there's been so many legends who came back. That's like, you just never know, bro. You just never know. Yo te lo cambio ahora, los muñequitos, Liro. You just never know, my peoples. John Parron, he'll keep you young for sure. That's facts. Matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why I'm real consistent with my running, with my eating healthy, with all that stuff. Because when my son is, 10, 11, 12 years old, he's only 3, and he tells me that he wants to go running with me. And one day, that's my dream, that I could take him out running with me, that we could run 10 miles together, that we could sign up for a marathon together, and we could run that shit together, all type of shit. There's a lot of things that I want to do, and I got to be in good shape for me to do that. Another thing, I want to be one of those parents that's physically active with their kids. I want to be able to go play basketball with him. I want to go running with him. I want to go play football with him. I don't want to be the parent that, go play in the park while I sit down on this bench, tired as hell. Nah, I'm going to be doing physical activities with my son. So I'm taking care of my health as best as I can. LLYY, he's not fighting for money. That's facts. I already heard a few people say, I think that he's broke, and I think that's why. Matt Gomez, God bless you too, my G, and I really appreciate that. Floyd Mayweather got money that he don't know what the hell to do with it. Being broke is not even, that's crazy. Listen. If Floyd Mayweather was to go broke, he could sell half of his watch collection and he'll be a millionaire again. He can sell half of his car collection and he'll be a millionaire again. He could sell 2 of his properties and he'll be a millionaire again. So Floyd Mayweather, with the type of properties that he has, with the type of jewelry that he has, with the car collection, he has so many things that he's just worth millions and millions of dollars. Anybody who's saying, Floyd is broke or he's going broke, they delusional. You either delusional or you just hating. It's like you've been praying for him to go broke, so it's like, this time he's probably going broke. Nah, my peoples. Floyd Mayweather got too much money. He got way too much money. That's my son right there, my peoples. That's who I live for right there. That's who I do it for. You want me to change the cartoon? You want me to change the cartoons for you? John Parron, Floyd bought 62 apartment buildings in New York. Imagine that, yo. They said salute to you. You want to say hi? That right there, my people, is Ryan Enzo. Come on, let's go watch your cartoons. Come on. My people, give me a second. Let me put his cartoons on, because that's what he want. He want me to change the cartoons. He was watching cartoons, but he want to watch something else. So give me a second, my peoples. Let me change his cartoon, see what he want to watch. ¿No quiere ver ese Spider-Man? Oh, pero espérate, que tú tienes mucho tiempo que no ves ese. No es ese, no, tú verás. By the way, my peoples, tonight I will be live. Sí, ven, siéntate. Siéntate aquí. Sí, vamos a ver un poquito de ese. Give me a second, my peoples. Let me put these cartoons for him. So he actually got my chair, and I got this little ass chair over here. But by the way, my peoples, tonight, sure, I got my microphone hooked on. Tonight, I will be going live for these fights. If you seen the way I call it, I don't call them fights like everybody else. I got my own style of calling them. Yo voy a... Espérame. 4 a.m. Jordan, but a better boxer than Canelo, but the weight too much. The weight is not gonna be too much, my peoples. I promise you. And look, I understand why you say that, 4 a.m. Jordan. But let me just point this out, right? There's been this narrative that Canelo's too big for Crawford. And I want you to think about this. When in Canelo's career have we ever said that he's too big? We never have. We're only saying that because Crawford is moving up in weight. But we have to consider the fact that Canelo's a very small 168 pounder. He's a small dude. Canelo is a very small dude. So it's not like Canelo's this huge guy and Crawford is a little guy. Crawford is taller than him and got more reach than him. Hold on, now my son wanna ride the bicycle. Hold on, let me set up his bike for him, man. So anyways, like I was saying, my people's Canelo, he's not a big guy. It's not like he's a giant. If you look at him in the 168 division, he's smaller than everybody he fights. So it's not like Terence Crawford is moving up to fight David Benavidez or something like that. He's moving up to fight a guy who is shorter than him and has less reach. JJ's in there. Thanks for giving your son some airtime. He's going to know boxing at a young age. Hell yeah, trust me. My son be watching boxing with me, and he loves it. He loves it. Actually, recently, I had to slow down a little bit on the boxing because when I took him to school, he punched a couple of kids in the face. So I gotta tell him, don't punch kids in the face now. So I had to slow down a little bit on the boxing. John Parham, Canelo by decision, in my opinion. And that's fair. That's fair, John Parham. I respect that because at the end of the day, Canelo's a pound-for-pound fighter. He's one of the best of this generation. So, thinking or going for him to win this fight, it also makes sense. And we all know that Terence Crawford is going to be the underdog. He's going to be the underdog for this fight. So, we shall see. Lin So, Canelo never been down. Is that doesn't matter. He's never been down, but he lost 2 times. So you don't have to go down to lose. You can be outboxed. 4 a.m. Jordan. Gamboa rock, but what you think Canelo gonna do? You see, that's actually a weak narrative, and I'm gonna tell you why. Terence Crawford has, 41 professional fights? And look, people still bringing up Gamboa, who he fought like was that like 10 years ago or something crazy like that? And people still bring that up. And who else? And Mean Machine. Like in 41 fights, there's been 2 times that he been buzzed. In 41 fights. And people still bringing that up. He fought Madrimov, who's a lot bigger and a lot stronger than Gamboa. And he didn't get hurt. So it's like, why are we gonna be clinging on to this Gamboa fight that took place like 10 years ago to try to say, oh look, he's chinny. Look what Gamboa did. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That his fight versus Gamboa is actually incoherent. It's irrelevant right now. Miguel Rodriguez, he lost to Triple G too, but you know how it goes. To be honest, that first fight with Triple G, it kind of looked like he lost it, but it was very close. There was a lot of swing rounds. And, I think, look, I was actually betting for Triple G to win that fight. And at the end of the fight, I thought he won it. But when they said it was a draw, I was like, it is what it is. John Parham, big, will Bud retire if he wins? I mean, honestly, I think there is a good possibility Crawford retires if he wins. Just because retiring on that high will be crazy. Vamos a ver. Espérate. My peoples, please stay tuned with me because my son got to pee. So I got to take him to the bathroom to pee. So don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Come on. Come on, let's go. I'm back, my peoples. Appreciate y'all waiting for me. 4 a.m. Jordan. Canelo def big. He just short. So my brother, 4 a.m. Jordan. Canelo stocky. He got a wide body. But at the end of the day, I want you to think about it. If Crawford is taller than him, and right now he's weighing up like around 180. So when they fight each other and they weighing the same and Crawford is taller, Canelo's not gonna look like a giant next to Crawford. He's not gonna look mad. I promise you, when they do that face off, Canelo's not gonna look mad big next to Crawford. It's not gonna be like that. Miguel Rodriguez, Canelo knows what he's up against and he's ready to lose. 4 a.m. Jordan, I'm saying the same thing, John. They not gonna let him lose. John Parham, Bud better knock him down or out if he wants the W. Angry Mexican, you be capped. Nah, you be angry, bro. You be too angry. You on the Bud payroll. You on the Canelo payroll. But you saying I'm on the Bud payroll. When the fight happens, I need to see you. I hope you don't disappear when the fight happens. Talk about my internet was down, so I couldn't join that live. When the fight happens and Bud whoop that ass, don't disappear. That's all I'm saying. LLYY, what's your opinion on the troll fight between AJ and Paul? If it happens, I'll never watch boxing again. Now listen, I'm going to tell you like this. And I was saying this to John Parham on a video that I posted about it. That's a fight that I'm okay with at this point, simply because, number one, I think AJ's done. AJ's not going to be winning a title probably and not going to be beating the best guys out. But also, I want to see Jake Paul get his ass whooped, honestly. So, just because of that alone, I'm going to watch. And I know a lot of people want to see Jake Paul just get pummeled. And because of that, a lot of people are going to watch. Just finally see him get his ass kicked. Tommy Fury beat him, but, AJ would sleep him. So, I'll watch just because of that. Hash Bass, Canelo going to be 200 pounds that night of the fight. Nah, bro, you wilding out. If he 200 pounds, man, he gonna be slow as hell. Buzz will pick him apart. He's not gonna be no 200 pounds. He's not gonna be. That would be too. Do you realize, bro, that Canelo's like 5'6", 5'7"? At 200 pounds, he would be shaped like a bowling ball. John Parham, Jake Paul, a businessman. He helping people get the bag. That's a fact. That's a fact. AJ will get a bag and give him a beating in the process. Unless the fight is scripted. Like I was telling you, John Parham, in the comment section. If the fight is scripted, it might be no knockouts. Like, yo, if you're beating up Jake Paul, you can't knock him out. Because y'all remember that Jake Paul could have knocked out Mike Tyson. And he chose not to. So we don't know if it's going to be the same type of situation where, you know, AJ might be putting hands on him, but not the finishing blows. Miguel Rodriguez, Paul's career should have been over when he lost to Tommy. I mean, he's 0-1 versus professional boxers. It's just that he has a high level of popularity, a huge following with his YouTube subscribers, and they're going to support him. They're going to keep supporting him. "4 a.m. Jordan, bro, Canelo like 5'7". Crawford is only looking for a payday. Hash Bass says Crawford is looking for a payday. Yeah, but you're a Terrence Crawford hater, so what you say is not reliable, bro. Lynn Saw, fight will definitely be scripted. It could be scripted. If it is, then you know, Jake Paul can go the distance because you know, AJ won't be allowed to knock him out as per the contract. Unlaced. John, did you watch that card last night? William P. Terrence loses. I'm telling you, man, I got Terrence Crawford beating Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision. That's how I see it playing out. Canelo Alvarez. Right. Yep, Canelo is 5'7". You see, 4 a.m. Jordan, how you saying Canelo is 5'8"? Nah, bro. He's 5'7". He's 5'7". It's not just that he's 5'7". Canelo has the body type with the short arms. So the biggest difference is the reach. Watch. I'm going to tell y'all the reach right now. Look. Canelo's reach is 70.5 inches. That's his reach. 70.5 inches. Watch Terrence Crawford. Watch. Look, Canelo has 70 inches in reach, and Crawford has 74 inches in reach. I want you to think about that. Crawford is only 1 inch taller, but has a 4-inch reach advantage. Why? Because clearly he has the body frame with the longer arms, and Canelo has the body frame with the short arms. So obviously Canelo, that's why I tell you, you know, a lot of times people don't really consider what height advantage does for a fighter. When you have two very, very skilled fighters, that height advantage and reach advantage means a lot, my peoples. It means more than what you think. It's like, to a lot of fans, it's irrelevant. Oh, whatever. Nah, yo, that means something. And you saw that with Canelo and Bivol, where Canelo just couldn't get on the inside to land those body blows. When you have somebody that has height and reach advantage, you're talking about bigger and bigger, and Canelo's bigger, but Crawford has physical advantages on Canelo, my people. You cannot ignore it. You can't ignore it. He's a little bit taller and has 4 inches of reach advantage on him. And that's going to show. Canelo can't stand there and jab with Crawford, who has the longer jab on him. You see? LOYY. But Bivol reach is crazy. No, that's true. That's 100% true. But that 4-inch reach advantage that Crawford has on Canelo, you're going to see it on fight night. When they jab it, you know, before fighters start going at it, that they filling each other out and they using that jab. Look, I could tell you right now, I can guarantee you 100% without a shred of doubt that when it comes to the jab, Terence Crawford is going to do a lot better than Canelo. Watch. I'm telling you right now. Terence Crawford is going to land more jabs than Canelo Alvarez. And that's when I'm going to remind you, you see what that reach advantage does? Those 4 inches, before they start going toe-to-toe, blow for blow, that jab is going to be in Canelo's nose. Y'all going to see. Y'all going to see, my people. Hash Bass, Crawford is a hater and envious. Oh, man, I don't know what you're talking about. You're the biggest hater. You hate on Crawford, you hate on Shakur, and you pretty much hate on everybody that's not a PBC fighter so far. Viz, I'm going for Ryan to beat Mikaela. Oh, you know that Mikaela won the first fight. This fight is going to be super competitive, man. It's real hard to predict it. But with Mikaela being the taller fighter with the longer reach, and they're very evenly when it comes to the skills, I think Mikaela's going to win again tonight. If I had to pick somebody, ¿quieres sentarte conmigo aquí? Ven, siéntate conmigo. Pero no puede hablar. If I have to pick somebody tonight, I'm picking Mikaela to win. ¿Qué pasó? John De Los Santos' brother won. Oh, matter of fact, De Los Santos' brother, he's nice. A lot of people don't know that. He just turned pro. Edwin De Los Santos' brother is nice, my peoples. 4x reach advantage is crazy. People don't understand that. That reach advantage that Terence Crawford has on Canelo is going to show on fight night. People going to see it. People will see it. William P. is not a real boxer. Dude got a boxing gym in his house, and he called himself a boxer and trained on YouTube, not knowing for fighting professionally. LLYY. What's good, Enzo? Yeah, he want to watch cartoons. He want to ride his bicycle. He just want to do it all. John Parrott on Lace. Where was you yesterday? Jose Luis De Los Santos. He fought last night in DR. Yup. And he's nice, yo. A lot of people gonna know about him. I think he's gonna be a star. He's gonna be a star. Love Mohindo is a future world champion, your son. We shall see. You know, he watches boxing with me all the time and he loves it. I'm not gonna try to force him into it, but if that's what he wanna do, that's what we're gonna do. John Parham. Crawford wants the bag, but also the W to polish off his career. That's facts. He knows that a win over Canelo Alvarez is going to boost his resume to another level. Now if he beats Canelo, we're going to have to be talking about Terence Crawford, not just for this era, but as an all-time great. LLYY. But Canelo has a lot of fight against fighters with much reach than him. So watch this, LLYY. You made a great point about taller fighters that Canelo fight. But here is the difference, and I want you to consider this. A lot of the guys that Canelo's fighting in this division, although they're taller than him, but they also started in a higher division than he did. He moved up from 154. So what happens is a lot of these guys, although they're bigger than him, they don't have the same type of speed that he has. So when they catch him with the punches, they catch him with punches that he sees coming. We all seen Canelo get hit with a punch and go like that and turn away from it. Boom, boom. And not really absorb that power because he's able to roll away from that punch as he's getting hit. Crawford is also moving up from a lower division and is faster than Canelo. So with Crawford, remember that I told you this, my people. This is my receipt right here. With Crawford, Canelo can get hit with that punch he don't see coming. Canelo gets hit with punches that he sees coming, and he's able to roll away from them. Crawford can catch him with a punch he don't see coming, and that's going to be the difference right there. That's going to be the difference in him being outboxed thoroughly. We're going to see. Honestly, if Canelo beats Crawford, I will give him credit, of course. Of course, me too. If Canelo beat Terence Crawford, I think we should all give him credit because he's beating a guy that is going to be a Hall of Famer. He's beating a multi-division champion. He's going to put another champion in his resume. So, of course, we're going to give him credit. That's only the... Look, there's always going to be haters who take credit away from champions. So there's going to be people that won't give him credit. But the people that won't give Canelo credit, they never give him credit for anything he does. That always happens. Same thing with Crawford. I promise you, if Crawford wins this fight, there will be people that won't give him credit. The people that didn't give him credit when he beat Arrow, they still not going to give him credit. They're going to say stuff like, well, Canelo didn't look the same. Maybe Canelo didn't train right. Canelo was just different this night. Because that's the one thing, for whatever reason, a lot of fans don't want to take into consideration. If we're used to seeing you winning and you get your ass whooped, of course you don't look the same. We're not used to seeing you getting your ass whooped. You're going to look different. That doesn't mean that there was any problem with you physically. It just means that you got your ass whooped. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. John Parent, fight going 12 rounds for sure. I agree with you. I see this fight going the distance. Both of these guys are dogs. Both of these guys can take a shot, and they've shown it in their whole career. So this fight goes the distance. That's how I see it. Now, anything can happen in boxing. Anybody could get hurt. Anybody could get stopped. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but the odds suggest that it's going the distance. That's how I see it playing out. Hash Bash, remember the body doesn't move, and Canelo definitely going to the body. You see, you're wrong right there. The body doesn't move, but the feet move. And when those feet move right, it's hard to land those body punches. I refer you to Canelo versus Dimitri Bivol. Canelo wasn't able to land those body shots consistently. You need to land those body shots consistently in order to slow down a fighter and break them down. But if you landed 1 or 2 good body shots per round, he'll take those 1 or 2 per round for the whole fight, and you never get to break them down. So if a fighter, remember, to land good body shots, you got to be at point blank range. You got to be, Canelo, we all know he loved that left hook. You got to be right there to be able to go, and dig to the body. If that fighter got good footwork and he's moving around, them body shots is not going to be there all fight long. LLYY. I think Canelo versus Crawford, and in a 3rd round knockout. I know it's a weird prediction, but it has the highest odds in sports betting platforms. We shall see. We shall see, my brother. JJ's in there. Crawford has very good defense. It's good to be good fight. It's going to be a very good fight. And I think, people underestimate Terence Crawford's defense. Although we seen him at point blank range with top level fighters. But for whatever reason, that's the way it is. People just act like the guy don't got good defense and good footwork and good ring IQ. Like, there's a lot of intangibles that you can see in Terence Crawford that people seem to ignore. But listen. I'm going to show you. ¿Qué pasó? Para subirte a la silla. And I'm going to tell you something. When you see that Canelo Alvarez is asking for a shitload of money, siéntate bien. Siéntate para atrás. Sit back. Yeah, sit in the back. There you go. When you see that Canelo Alvarez is asking for a shitload of money to fight Terence Crawford, that right there tells you the type of talent Bud is. Anytime, my people, we have to understand it. When a fighter says, you have to pay me a lot of money to fight him, then that right there tells you what type of fighter that is. Linso, Berlanga has 73-inch reach. Score, no reach listed, wonder why. I mean, score is, maybe they just don't have a recent measurement for score, but he's mad big. He's going to have a huge reach advantage on Canelo. But Look at Berlanga. I think to me Berlanga's a hype job because I have seen no development in him in like the last 5-6 years. He looked exactly the same like he did before. I see Berlanga as somebody who he's a good fighter who's gonna beat the average Joes, and when he gets to the champions, he's gonna get whooped. That's how I see Berlanga. Right? We can't even bring Berlanga's name in the same sentence as Terrence Crawford, my guy. Ozzy, people comparing the Charlo fight, but Crawford isn't Charlo. Come on, man. Charlo was out there to survive. At no point in time that man looked like he was even trying to win. Charlo was there to just happy to say, yo, I went the distance with Canelo. That's it. This man was out there defending himself and fighting to survive, fighting to go the distance. LLYY. But for real, I think Canelo will land some good body punches and take the fight to 12 rounds. I mean, I see it going to 12, but I got Crawford. I got Crawford winning by decision. You think women boxing good? I've never cared about it or give it time. Listen, before, I never paid attention to women's boxing. Women's boxing is boring. But eventually, I started catching on. And I started seeing that some of these women have an elite level talent. Some of these women are real sharp with the jab, with the combinations, with the footwork. Once I started seeing that, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. I support women boxing 100%. And I promise you, Mikaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan is going to be more action-packed, more fun to watch than a lot of men's fights. It's going to be more fun to watch than a lot of men's fight that we've seen. So I support women's boxing 100%, my brother. Big Boss, Bumlanga is a C-class fighter. I wouldn't put him at C-class. I would say he's a B-level fighter. And the reason I say he's a B-level fighter, he's going to beat the bums. He's going to beat, like, the average Joes are not going to beat him. He's that fighter. He could be a good, as a matter of fact, he could be a good gatekeeper. Like, he's going to beat all the regular Joes. But if you're a prospect, go beat Berlanga. If you beat Berlanga, we could give you a title shot. I see him as that type of fighter. Big Boss, Crawford wins by decision easily. He might even make it look easy, bro. He might even make it look easy. And I wouldn't be surprised. I expect a competitive fight, but if he makes it look easy, I won't be surprised. 4 a.m. Jordan. Berlanga gonna get slept by Plant. Yo, Plant is gonna put so many hands on Berlanga. It's not even funny, bro. Plant gonna fuck him up. LLYY. I think Canelo versus Crawford fight will be expensive as fuck. I'll try to get category 4 ticket, but it's going to be like 700 and the seat in the far back. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, to watch that fight in person is gonna be expensive, bro. It is without a doubt gonna be expensive. Now, to watch it on pay-per-view, it might not be that expensive because this is being done by His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh and they've been doing great pay-per-view fights, cards at $25, $30 a pop. So that's how they move it. They trying to make pay-per-view cheap so that they could get as many pay-per-view buys as possible. And I believe that's very smart because when you do pay-per-views for cheap prices, instead of people streaming them and having an illegal stream that might be fuzzy, that might be freezing, they pay for the fight, watch it in great quality, and it's not going to break their pockets. So that's a very good technique. Big Boss, Plants wins by TKO. I believe he stops Berlanga. Either sleeps him with a nasty shot or the referee got to save him. LLYY. But it's an amazing experience, though. That's facts. That's facts, my brother. I wish I could watch that fight in person. 4 a.m. Big Boss not winning easily. 4 a.m. Jordan. Turkey Al Freaky is bad for boxing. I mean, listen. Turkey has done already some good things for boxing. Put together some great cards. You see that what's going on in Times Square. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez on the same card. That's fire. And in Times Square, surrounded by skyscrapers. That's fire. Then they're going to have a card in Alcatraz. Bro, I will pay my whole paycheck for a month to go to Alcatraz and watch that shit live. So they doing some interesting, creative things in boxing. The only thing is that I do see a few things about Turkey that I don't like. And that new league that they're doing, there's a few things. I want to give them a shot. I don't want to judge them just yet. But there's a few things about it I don't like. The fact that they came up with their own belt and their own pay system, I don't like it. Because it's going to look like y'all going to try to have a certain level of control over the fighters like Dana has in UFC. And I don't like that part. You know, I want fighters to have the freedom. Like, you see how fighters, they could make a little extra money wearing, different name brands on the shirts, different sponsors. Watch this league be just like UFC, where they can't wear whatever they want. They have to wear the shit Dana and Turkey want them to wear. And if it's like that, I'm not going to like it, because you're taking freedom away from the fighters to earn extra money on their own. So, and I've been reminding people, this hasn't come out, but I want you to think about it. If they have their own belt, right, that means that these 4 sanctioning bodies, they're not going to be sanctioning those fights. Their own people are going to be sanctioning those fights, which means you're not going to be able to be in both. If you're fighting for that Turkey belt, you're going to be out of the, WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO. You're going to be out of that. And you're just going to be in this league that they're coming up with, this TKO. It's like a TKO league. It's not just... At first, I thought this was a promotional company that's going to promote fighters and do their thing. But they're a league. So, that might be a problem. And it's going to be a bunch of fighters, as soon as their contract expires, leaving to be able to fight for the real titles. Nobody want to be stuck fighting for that Turkey belt, especially once they become a star. So, that's where I see a problem. Big Boss, Crawford footwork is too good for Cinnamon. I've been trying to tell people, Canelo Alvarez is a great fighter, but the kink in his armor is that he don't got no footwork. Oscar De La Hoya said it a long time ago. Canelo be walking on quicksand. All he know how to do is come forward, and he's good at cutting the ring. But he don't got footwork. He don't got angles. He coming forward to hit you. 4AM Jordan, that boxing league that Turkey allows Sheik doing is horrible. He got Dana White, who don't even pay none. They already showed the purses depending on the ranking that you're on, or if you're a champion defending, and those purses look fishy. They look fishy, my peoples. What happened, Ryan? You want to watch a different cartoon? He wants to watch a different cartoons. LLYY. I asked Coach about Canelo versus Crawford, and he asked the fight will be on top most sell fights, and he says this fight ain't selling shit, and this fight will not even do the same as last Canelo fight. That's going to be wrong. I promise you that's 100% going to be wrong. Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is going to be one of Canelo's highest selling pay-per-views. Remember that I told you that, and I will be using this as my receipt. As a matter of fact, look, I'm going to record myself saying that statement, because I'm going to post that video. I'm going to post that video, my people. You can see why I am Jay Stradamus. Watch, I'm going to say it again for you guys. Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Buck Crawford is going to be one of Canelo's highest selling pay-per-views. I promise you this. You got to keep in mind the American versus the Mexican fighter versus the African-American fighter. You know how much history there is behind that? 2 pound-for-pound fighters. 2 guys who both been undisputed, going for the undisputed belt. This is going to be huge. This is going to be out of the stratosphere. So anybody that say, oh, it's not going to sell like that, it's not going to sell like that, they wilding out. They don't want it to sell like that. They hating. I don't know why. But this is going to break their heart, because it's going to sell. It's going to sell a lot. Take my word for it, my peoples. You want to show them your toy? 5 more likes to 30, my peoples. Hash bash. Your son definitely wants to be your co-host. Yeah, yo, he's done videos with me. So one day he gonna be co-hosting with me. And he loves the camera too. When I tell him let's take a picture, he ready. He ready to go. When I tell him let's do a video, he ready to go. And he only 3 years old, so he's gonna be co-hosting one day. Angry Mexican. I hope you go live when Canelo smokes bud. I'm gonna be live. I'm gonna be live. And when Crawford wins, y'all gonna be angry Mexican. You probably gonna disappear and act like your internet went down. Angry Mexican. I don't think Canelo versus Bud does 2 million pay-per-view buys. I mean, Canelo's never done 2 million pay-per-view buys. But it's going to be one of Canelo's highest selling pay-per-views. I promise you this. Sep is being right hand southpaw because orthodox just doesn't feel natural. I mean, I'm not sure if Bud is going to be orthodox. I'm not sure if Crawford is going to fight orthodox or if he's going to fight southpaw or if he's going to be switching back and forth. I'm really not sure what the game plan is going to be when it comes to that. I think they are going to look at, Bivol's fight with Canelo. I think they're going to study Floyd's fight with Canelo and see a lot of the things that these guys did to have that type of success, especially with Bivol because that happened more recently. So I think some of the things that Bivol did on Canelo will be part of that game plan. Angry Mexican, Canelo Floyd did 2 mil pay-per-view buy. Well, it didn't do that much pay-per-view because of Canelo. It did that much because of Floyd. Keep it 100. Canelo at 23 years old was no damn superstar. So don't cap now. Don't cap. Floyd did that 2 million, not Canelo, bro. LLYY. Crawford will win in fashion. Remember that, Angry Mexican. I'm trying to tell people. Terrence Bud Crawford is going to win. Come on, let's get your cartoons. Terrence Bud Crawford is going to win in beautiful fashion. Been trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't want to believe it. Y'all don't want to believe it, my peoples. And everybody who's tuning in and who's giving their take and all that good stuff, when the fight finally happens, I want to see y'all give me my credit. Matter of fact, from that point on, you need to start calling me Jay Stradamus. Be like, yeah, you are Jay Stradamus. You predicted that shit the same way that it... Oh, my God, Ryan, what you was doing over here? So that's all I'm saying, my peoples. I want to get my credit. Don't act like I haven't been telling y'all for a couple of months how this fight is going to play out. Keep it 100. When the fight go down, and it go down like I told y'all, be honest. Be like, damn, Jay told me it was going to be like that, and it is like that. No. Hold on, my people. I'm talking to you. I be multitasking, bro. I'm talking to y'all at the same time, putting cartoons for my son. All this good stuff. Angry Mexican, payday. I know, that's the same thing you said about Bivol right before Bivol whooped that ass. But it's also going to be an ass whooping. It's going to be an ass whooping payday. LLYY. You watch Crawford podcast with that 2 MMA fighters. He said difference between boxing and UFC, that if you lost in UFC, it's okay. And if you lost in boxing, you're nobody and everybody will hate your opinion. That's facts. That's facts. That's the one thing about the UFC that I like. And look, I'm going to be honest. It's not just boxing. It's not everywhere in boxing that it's like that. You know why? I give credit to the UK fans. You know why I give credit to the UK fans? Because they have a lot of fighters who lose and they still support them the same way. They still ride with them all the way. So I think it's more, you see it more in the US. The American fans. The American fans, as soon as a guy take a loss, that's it. You got exposed. You're a hype job. You're a bum. All this crazy stuff. But in the UK, like I'll give you an example. When AJ lost, yo, they were still loving AJ. They love AJ till this day after him taking all them losses. Tyson Fury, all them guys from the UK, they get the same support after they lose. So it's more of a US thing where if a guy loses, he's going to get discredited immediately. Big boss, it's the Mayweather effect. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's the Floyd Mayweather effect, where he retired undefeated. And as a matter of fact, because of Floyd Mayweather and the way that he retired, that's why we don't get a lot of fights. People don't want to risk that. Oh, they want to try to retire undefeated and try to get that same level of fame. Angry Mexican, Bud said Errol Spence isn't a Hall of Famer. So what's Bud Hall of Fame win? You see, that's the problem, Angry Mexican. When you want to hate on somebody, you ask questions that don't even make sense, but you think they make sense. You know what's Bud Hall of Fame win? 4 division champion, first to be undisputed in 2 separate divisions in the undisputed era, and still a reigning undefeated 154 champion. That's a Hall of Fame resume. You see, so while you're trying to pick apart opponents and who's his Hall of Fame win, Hall of Fame resume is about accomplishments. Look at his accomplishments. See, you can ignore the accomplishments, but that's what the record books look at. What did you accomplish? Now another thing, Angry Mexican, tell me who are the Hall of Famers that were at 147 when Crawford was dead? Who are they? Who are the Hall of Famers at 154? You tell me. So you fight Hall of Famers if they're available for you to fight them. If they're not in your division, what the fuck you gonna fight? Tell me who are all of the Hall of Famers in Bud has Hall of Fame accolades. That's the point. That's the point, my brother. Terrence Crawford is way more accomplished than Errol Spence. And I respect Errol Spence because he did it the hard way. He got 3 belts by beating 3 champions. No vacant titles, no email titles. He did it in the ring. But come on now. Come on now. Terrence Crawford, his accomplishments, he's one of the most accomplished fighters in this era. Of course he's a Hall of Famer. Now he has his opinion about Errol Spence. That's his opinion. We know that they don't like each other. We know that. Y'all got to remember, man, Errol Spence and his team, they did Crawford dirty. The PBC did Crawford dirty. Mad time. Yo, the PBC one time even had this thing where they were talking about all the welterweight fighters and they didn't mention Terrence Crawford. They really said, these are the welterweight fighters. And they had Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, and Sean Porter. And they skipped Terrence Crawford like he wasn't a real champion. They been playing Terrence Crawford over at the PBC. Then Errol Spence, look, not only did he left Crawford for last and made him wait for years to finally fight him, but what he do with that rematch clause? Instead of saying, nah, we're not going to do the rematch and allow Crawford to go do him, this dude kept Crawford tied to a rematch clause so he couldn't fight with nobody else. And after a year, when the rematch clause is about to expire, oh, nah, we're not going to fight. Forget it. We decided not to fight. Motherfucker kept Crawford on ice for almost a year, kept him inactive. Did him dirty. So you got to understand, Crawford don't like Errol. He's going to have an opinion. Come on now. Jules, yeah, subjectively, the Hall of Fame is meant for an impact on the sport. Bud Crawford has been the biggest fighter of our era. Doesn't get everything he deserves. That's a fact. That's a fact. People want to pick apart to try to make it seem like Crawford is not that dude. And then when we look at the accomplishments, it's like, yo, who else is accomplishing like that? This dude's done stuff that's never been done. Need I say more? LLYY, after Crawford will bully Canelo, everybody will say, if Crawford fight Canelo, prime, he will lose. Of course, that's what they're going to say. Or they're going to say that Canelo wasn't the same, or maybe something was wrong with him. They just not going to give him credit, yo, no matter. Listen, the people who are Crawford haters will never give him credit no matter what he does. It's as simple as that. And that's a sign of greatness. Because today, there's people that don't give Floyd Mayweather his credit. Today, there's people that say, nah, Floyd is a hype job, and Floyd beat these guys at the wrong time. And that's a sign of greatness. Angry Mexican, Canelo and Usyk are the two best fighters of this era. That's your opinion, champ. That's your opinion, champ. Crawford got his ass whooped twice. Is the opinion on some people that he's not the best fighter? Well, I gotta say, Canelo is definitely one of the best fighters of this era. What place is he on? That's up to opinion. But he is one of the best fighters of this era. Big balls. Crawford is pound for pound, number one. That's facts. That's facts. Crawford is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. Floyd Mayweather said that. He agrees. And my peoples, if you follow Floyd Mayweather, he does not go around giving people flowers like that. He doesn't. When Floyd Mayweather says shit, he talking for real. Hash bash. That's not true because Crawford team wanted to fight Spence at 147 in the rematch. What are you talking about, Hash bash? They had a contract which stipulated that the winner gets to pick the division. So stop the hater narrative. Crawford won. He got to pick the division. Duh. You gonna tell me that he won and he should do Spence a favor and fight in the division that Spence wants? Meanwhile, to show you that Errol Spence team got you fooled, Spence hasn't even fought since. You saying that the rematch should have been at 154, I guess. Who has Spence fought at 154? He going to 2 years of inactivity. He had a title shot lined up for Fundora and dropped out of that fight. Oh, but he would have fought Crawford and beat him at 154. But he ain't never fight since. Crawford done retired his ass. And you talking about it should have been at 154. Man, that man wasn't going to fight Crawford in no division. Don't you see that he's still inactive after almost 2 years, bro? Stop the hate on Crawford and making stuff up out of thin air. Come on now. Crawford never fought at 147 since, but Errol Spence never fought anywhere. Anywhere. There you have it. Crawford done retired him with that beating. Come on now. John Parham, angry. What that has to do with boxing? Floyd don't pay his employees. Oh, angry Mexican, you wildin' out. Come on, angry Mexican. You wildin' out. Floyd don't pay his employees. You on some other. Now you on hate mode. Just saying anything. Come on now. We going back and forth about boxing situations. You talk about Floyd don't pay his employees. Come on, man. Stop it. My peoples, I'm about to drop off on this live, on this beautiful Saturday morning. Before I do, I just want to say, remind y'all that tonight I will be live for Mikaela Mayer, Sandy Ryan. I'm going to also be streaming it live on YouTube, so you can watch it on my I'm going to be streaming it live on Instagram, and I'm going to be calling a fight on YouTube. My peoples, if you never see me calling a fight, trust me, you want to check it out. I call these fights like nobody you ever seen calling the fights. So I'm going to be calling them live, and I'm going to be calling Brian Norman Jr. I'm going to be covering that fight. He's going to be defending his title. I think he's the co-main event. Yo, tap in with me, my people. It's going to be fire tonight. And for those who say, I don't really watch women's boxing, I don't really follow it like that, I promise you, my people, give Mikaela Mayer and Sandy Ryan an opportunity to change your mind. Because these women are going for a straight-up slugfest. It's going to be serious tonight. Give them a shot, my peoples. Y'all already know what it is, man. Salute to John Parham. Salute to Hash Dash. Salute to LLYY. JJ Zendejas. Jules. Everybody who come through show me love, man. I appreciate y'all. Salute to the angry Mexican with his hating ass. I appreciate all of you. Y'all already know what it is, man. This is JSmiff. This is Box Center, your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show. I see you tonight, my peoples. Don't miss it. It's gonna be fire. Let me go hang out with my son, man. I'll see y'all later. Peace.